A very basic question that occupies always a portion of my brain. Many of us and most of us believe in hard work, smart work. How many of us believe in destiny? Maybe some of us. So friends, I'm not here to define the agenda about destiny or to make people believe in that. My purpose of today is to define an algorithm which defines an equation to success. We know we have to work hard to reach to the goal of success. Smart work adds a flavor. But are we hung up on destiny? So let me share a small story with you. It was in late 90s, a very small town where everyone knows everyone. You live with an unspoken competition amongst the elders of whose kid will gonna be better than whose kid will gonna get admission in which university, which college, and their kids had to fight that battle on their behalf. So was I. I was on the very calculative side of the brain. A simple phenomenon in my mind: if things don't add up, is something wrong. There has to be a logic to everything. And to believe in that, my routine was very simple. Study, eat, sleep, and study more. So with that continuous process, I realized 24 hours are not good enough for me to achieve where I'm heading. And my father gave me 3 best options in my career. The first option given to me was be a doctor, be an engineer, and the best one, have a vegetable cart. So I thought for a few minutes. Yes, I thought for a few minutes. So option 1 was not my cup of tea. So now I had to decide between option 2 and option 3. So for the moment, I parked my option 3 and started looking towards option 2. So that was the time I was looking for some exemplary power who can help me to achieve that goal. One night, I decided I need something extra to make this happen. So the very next day, I went to one of my family doctor, an ancient homeopathic doctor, explained him what I'm going through, and told him what I need is something which can help me to grasp better, to concentrate more, and to make me awake as more as possible. Very simple 3 asks. And that gentleman was so serious, I could see in his eyes, seeming like he'll help me. And to have that confidence, he told me to come over the next day. I couldn't sleep that entire night again, thinking of what possible solution will come to me the next day. I went before time to him, and he showed me 2 bottles full of medicine, asked me to take 5 in the morning and 5 before you sleep. I religiously followed that routine, and to your surprise, things changed after a week. I started feeling more energetic. I felt like a Spider-Man, and for a reason I didn't pick up Superman, you know the aesthetic reasons. Life turned upside down. While sleeping, somebody asked me a formula, I was on top of it, remembering everything, super full of energy. Nothing could stop me there. Heading towards my goal, and the day came when I cracked the engineering exam, which I was eyeing for. I was sad a bit. I had to leave my vegetable cart option. But yeah, a road towards the success has started building up. But few years down the line, a circle of an year on a clock turns by, and my sister turned into the similar situation of tremendous pressure, expectation, pressure to deliver, Again, sleepless nights. So as a big responsible brother, I talked to her. She was fortunately much more brainier than me that time. So I told her, I have a Sanjeevani booty for you, for which the doctor has asked me not to disclose it to anybody in this whole world, but I couldn't stop myself because my responsibilities were pushing me so hard to go for it. So I took her to the same doctor the very next day, and you won't believe what happened at that moment. I asked him, not repeating the entire story, just give her the same thing which you gave me, or probably the technology has evolved in those 3 years, you might have added up something on top of that. Help her. And do you believe what happened? He started laughing loudly, laughing on me. The sentence he said at that time made me feel stunned. He said, boy, there was no pill. That was the bottle of just sugar beets. That's what you took. I couldn't speak up anything. I told him, no, you're lying. It had an impact on me. I saw myself changing. I saw my energy levels were very, very different. I achieved because of that, and I give you credit of my achievement too. The sentence that he used changed my life forever. He said, you are a smart boy, you are intelligent, but you were lacking something. You lacked the belief in your capabilities and in yourself. I just gave you that. So here, my friends, I introduce another factor to this equation called belief. So we have already spoken about hard work and smart work. And this is the power of belief which controls you, makes you more stronger towards your goals and passion and drive towards that. Now, I'm graduated from a good engineering college, a more matured, a job in hand from campus placement in a manufacturing setup, a big multinational company. I had hard work. I learned more smart work during my academics, and I had belief. Now what could else stop me there? Full of confidence, being given a role in an organization to work on a very prestigious project. So very clearly, I was eyeing my success. Here the journey starts. In fact, made a complete list of my friends where the party will happen, even to the minority of the details, what kind of booze will come, who will be into the guest list. Working towards that, a hard preparation. So what happened? In that launch, it's just not only the work that I was doing, it was actually giving me an opportunity to grow me as an individual. Whether it's marketing, whether it's your distributors, dealers, whether it's your finance, it's your leadership, sourcing. So I was heading a sourcing role, and our dates were sacrosanct. So it was a confidential project where we were launching an LCD TV. Everything was getting prepped. We worked really hard, and the day came. The next day, we were supposed to launch. Our global MD, entire leadership was in place. I was beaming with confidence. Now nothing could go wrong. I've run all the manuals. I've read all the processes. I worked hard, doubly, triply, many times I've checked the details. Everything is in place. We'll ring the bell tomorrow 9 a.m. And here you go. Eyeing myself, getting an award from the MD. I still cannot forget that day. The afternoon I was having lunch with my peers in the cafeteria. From my colleague from inventory department. And he told me, we can't produce tomorrow. So here you understand the difference between confidence and overconfidence. I have already crossed that line by now. I started laughing, doubting on his capabilities. Go and cross-check again. I have already checked it myself. Nothing is wrong. Things will happen the way we have planned. Then he told me, no, out of the 1,000 parts in that television, what has happened? A one screw which joins the final cabinet was short in the inventory. One screw, which is not even 0.001% of the total value of the product. So where have the manuals gone? Where was my robotics study? My belief, so strong belief which I got through my experiences. A one small thing, a one minimum attention to detail at times makes you into a trouble. And that's what happened that day. I was stuck. Seems like a black hole. What to do? Many genius thoughts came to my mind. One of them, should I run away? Should I resign? Should I switch off my phone and just hide myself in my home? Get down on my knees? Ask my manager to forgive me? Will they fire me? Will they share the relieving letter with me or no? Do I get the job again in my career? And many more. I was not stopping there. Sitting in a 4x4 washroom with teary eyes, such genius thoughts just surrounded around me. Nothing around those fundamentals of smart work, belief, where they have gone. Sitting quietly, peacefully for a moment, I realized there is nobody who can help me in this situation. Whatever solution out of those genius thoughts I pick, or any other intrusion that I get, is on me. So I started thinking what possible solutions and options I have. Tying back to my fundamentals. So one scenario came to my mind was, let me order right away. I'll get through. But there is no Spider-Man who brings the material over here. So yeah, I have to be that Spider-Man myself. If I order today, it takes easy 3 to 4 days to come over, which means 3 days lead time. I cannot launch tomorrow. There is a production loss. There is an extra cost that I bear. How will I justify? Rejected. A second scenario. Should I procure locally? Who will get to know? I can escape the situation. Forgetting that point that I need approvals. There is a R&D department sitting out there. Same situation. Similar scenarios, long approvals. Approvals will not happen overnight. Landing into similar result. Option rejected. Now what else? Smallest ray of hope. When you are left with no solution, there is something that you have to believe in. And that is what I related earlier about power of belief. A self-belief always gets you out of a situation. So this scenario just struck me. Can I check other products in the same factory? The factory is producing refrigerator, air conditioner, microwave, washing machine, and end of the day is just a screw. I may find somewhere. So with that rigor in mind, I started my work. It took me 1 hour. And for you, I found the screw. But dear friends, life gives you lemons when you expect oranges. I got the screw, same diameter, same material, but almost double the size what I was expecting. So small smile which came on my face, still I had to control that. Because my job was only 50% done. But there, my belief had already started working very hard and time back to my other skills. So leveraging my people skills there, I brought up that option to one of my local partner, OEM partner, sat at his factory for entire night to ensure they are cut into the exact length what I was requiring. Meantime, to prevent that situation, I ordered a new one, ensuring nothing is stopped. So what happened over here? Next day, we were in a position to launch. We managed to run our lines, but I could not sense that feeling of achievement, the feeling of happiness, what could have been flawless otherwise. Again questioning myself, where my entire learning so far has gone. Why didn't I do enough due diligence to ensure nothing can go wrong? We cannot take any situation for granted. Friends, any single minute detail at times can get you into a big trouble. I'm not saying we have to run away from problems. Only thing is, keep making your efforts. And this is an evolving equation. That's what we talked about. So here, what we got into that, my strong belief is belief control mind, your mind control actions, and your actions drive results. So at the end, I would to reiterate that equation very categorically, and it's an evolving process for all of us. We have already covered these aspects. What new thing we have learned? It is not always about robotics or manual. There is a continuous process of unlearning and relearning that happens in our life, and that's a circle that you have to keep running through. So adding another factor of unlearn and relearn and a continuous learning that takes you towards your successful journey. And not denying to the fact, as I initiated in the beginning, fate or destiny only helps those people who believe in themselves and keep on making efforts to make them successful. Thank you all.